and welcome to my Flosstube channel. Thank you for stopping by to visit with me. My name is Melanie and my Flosstube channel, as you know, is Melly Ellie Stitches. So I have a lot to share with you guys. It's been about 3 weeks since my last update. Let's jump in. First thing I want to do is the giveaway. I always love doing the giveaway first. So about 3 weeks ago, I offered this pattern. This is by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it's this sweet little bunny with carrots outside the barn. I thought this would be a really fun stitch to do for Easter because the spring Easter season is coming. And I asked you to include the word bunny in your comments. And the winner is Becky McNabb 4501. Yes, 4501. So thank you, Becky, for entering your sweet comment. I will put a comment on your comment, and then you can email me or you can reach out to me on Instagram, and I will get that in the mail to you. So I'm super excited. I hope it's a fun stitch for spring. Okay, and then the giveaway that I want to do this week is one of my project bags. So I saw this fabric and was super inspired, not only because it has cross stitch on it, in a way, I'll show you in a minute, but I just love Valentine's Day. All the hearts, all the pinkies and reds, and I just love all the decorations. So I was really excited to make this one. So I would like to give this away to one of you folks. This is my Cross My Heart bag. Isn't that so sweet? I just love, now let me zoom in on the fabric. You see how the hearts are all crosses, cross stitch? And this reminds me of backstitch. I thought this was so fun, so I named it Cross My Heart. And then I always do the ribbon with the charm. So it's got, those are glass beads and the little heart charm. And then on the inside, the coordinating fabrics. I love making bags. I haven't been able to make as many as of late, probably within the past year. But yeah, so I will be giving this away. If you would like to enter to win this project bag, just enter the word heart in your comment. Sorry about that. Mimi saw someone walking by. So I will have a few more of these. I'll post them in my shop. My Etsy shop will be linked in the show notes below. And good luck to all you folks who enter. I hope you enjoy this for years to come. I have so much fun making them. Okay, so let's talk a few life updates. Valentine's Day is approaching. I am here for it. Valentine patterns, I've got some in haul to show you later. But I did put a picture on my Instagram. I'll link my Instagram below too, of my little Valentine display that I love to put out. And it's couple pillows that I did. And then the hearts are those felted hearts where you actually take the dyed wool and then press them with a poker. I don't know what the official name of it is, the poker. You press them into shape with the poker. Now, only one of those was made by moi. The other ones I purchased on Etsy because although I bought the little tools, very inexpensive, the little tools, I kept poking my finger. And it's a lot more work than I thought. I was like, oh yeah, I could poke something into a heart. So anyway, all that to be said, I'll include a picture of my Valentine's Day display here. So that just brings me so much joy. I love sitting down in the evening to cross stitch and looking up and seeing my little pillows. It makes me so happy, and it just reminds me I need to fully finish my stuff. You know, you know how it is. I'm sure all of you know how it is. Life is so busy and you sit down and you have a few minutes and you just want to make some progress on your stitching, but I really need to make more of an effort this year to do the fully finishing because I really enjoy seeing them. Other than that, we've had crazy weather in Michigan. I'm talking 6 inches of snow one day and then it all mass melts into like a puddle 2 days later. It's been crazy. We just had snow the other day. I think I got 3 inches here and it melted within 48 hours. So up and down on the snow. Me and Matt have been, and I might have mentioned this in my last video, we've been binge watching Lost, which was a series on TV, I think back in 2013. And for whatever reason, I didn't catch it or know about it. And so we've been doing that in the evenings, and I've been trying to get some stitching done, doing some home improvement. But other than that, things have been going good. Work is always crazy, but you know, we're all good here. So let's talk stitching. My plans for January, if you watched my last video, I kind of had a WIP plan for the year. And in January, I wanted to finish the Pink Sparrow Sampler by Brenda Gervais. It was one of my long-standing WIPs. I wanted to complete the Lizzie Kate Flip It Stamp January piece. I'm doing like a monthly stitch along. I've got all 12 of them. They're so cute. And then I wanted to work on my stocking. I had purchased an old dimension stocking off of eBay, Must Be St. Nick. And I wanted to work on my Mill Hill Santa. So if you saw my last video, you'll see there too. I'm obsessed with Mill Hill Santas. There's 75 of them, and I've slowly started collecting them. I just love the idea of having them on a Christmas tree. They're so sparkly. So let me show you status to all of that for January, and then we'll talk plans for next month. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Mill Hill Santa. And I started, he's the very first, in the very first year, 1999, Northwood Santa. Isn't he so sweet? Of course I picked him because of the bunnies at the bottom. I just love these, and I've seen people finish them with either felt on the back or, you know, with some hard cardstock. I haven't decided which way I'm going to finish them yet, but I just think they're so sweet. And they're really fun to stitch. Let me pull these beads out just so I can show you how beautiful the beads are. These are just, they're all the same size. I know some of the Mill Hills nowadays, there's like larger beads and smaller beads, but they're all just Christmas colors. Aren't those so pretty? I can just see those sparkling on my tree. So I worked on him a bit this month. I think or not this month, since my last video. I think I put in 2 days was all I got on him. And still in the hoop. Here's where he's at. Isn't that adorable? So since the last time, I should do before and after pictures. So let me put in a picture of where I was before. And here he is now. So I obviously worked from here. I went up into his face, and I got his face and his cheeks done. And then up here in this cute little green striped hat, which was a lot of fun. These open spaces up here, those are where the beads are gonna be. So I'm gonna do all the stitching and then bead him. But I have to say, I really like stitching on this medium, this perforated paper. It's very easy to stitch. The holes are great big, so when I'm binge watching Lost, I really enjoy working on it because I can see the holes really easily. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun on him. I'm hoping the next time I have a video that maybe I will have at least finished the stitching on him, so probably would be back in like 3 weeks. I will at least have finished the stitching on him, and then I can move on to the beading. So he is super cute. So much fun. Really enjoying that one a lot. Okay, the next one is the stocking that I bought. This project is going to take me 15 years. When I first bought it, I was like, okay, I'm going to have this done next December. I want this hanging. Yeah, big plans. But again, like, I'm a process stitcher. I like the relaxation and the process of stitching. I do like seeing things, you know, finishes for sure, but I've got a great big WIP pile that I'm sure will satisfy that. So this is Dimensions Gold Collection. I forget what year this is. I forget what year this one is. I think it might be 1998. 1998 Dimensions. Must Be St. Nick. I just think that's gorgeous. Those two little kids at the window with Santa flying by, and all of these toys. Like, look at all the detail in the toys. Now, I know that means a lot of backstitch for me, but isn't that just the cutest little playroom? It just reminds me, you know, of all the magic at Christmas that you have. So I worked on this a little bit. I am stitching this one on 18 count Navy Aida. I am using the kit floss, but I did get a new piece of 18 count Aida because the fabric that was in the kit was a bit old. And I just wanted to make sure that the fabric was going to hold up as long as it could at least. So let me fold this up and I'll show you where I got to. Oh, here's a before picture. And here's where I got to. So, funny story. The before picture, you're going to see right here like a strip of white, like very little done. Well, when I went back to start working on it, I realized I had stitched it in the wrong color. So the whole like 15 stitches that I had to pull up. But that's okay, because this is the process stitching. So I restarted in the center, and this right here is the pajamas on the little boy who's standing at the window, those blue pajamas. And then I worked down here and got into some of this blanket because I like the big blocks of color, right? Where you can just stitch a little and go with a long thread on your needle. And I'm really enjoying this. I was a little worried about stitching on a dark fabric. I think I've tried to stitch on a black fabric before, and it was really tough for my eyes. But I'm not having an issue with the navy fabric as long as I have my book light on. So I have a stand, a Baby Z stand, and I clip my book light right onto my hoop so that it really lights it up. So I'm not having a problem with that at all. So like I said, I'm like right here in the design. So this is some yellow, and believe it or not, that's pink. Yeah. So I'm going to just continue plugging away. My plans are going to continue in February to have this as part of my rotation, just like my Mill Hill Santa. So I'm really enjoying that. Okay, next. I'm really excited about this one. So this is a whip. In my last video, I explained I wanted to make a dent in my whips. And the whips that were, not new starts, not recent starts, but ones that had been in my rotation for a while, because I do love them. I do love those pieces. This was one of my favorites. This is the Pink Sparrow Sampler by Brenda Gervais. It is a reproduction. They do not know who originally stitched it, but there's all kinds of fun information. Let me see, there's no chart there so I can show you. There's all kinds of fun information in this pattern. It shows the original pattern here and how, time has worn away some of the stitching there. But I love the idea too that it's just anonymous. I think it's really incredible how people just came up with these patterns on a blank piece of fabric. They didn't have a pattern to go by. They didn't have a floss chart. They just went with it. And the colors in this are so soft and so beautiful. This is one of my very favorite pieces I've ever stitched. So let me insert a picture of where I was before. And here I am now. So this one, I am stitching it on, this is 32 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works. I'm so close. And here's where I am. Oh, isn't that stunning? I am so in love with this one. So when I showed you guys it last time on my last video, I was like, oh, I'm so close. I just have this last quadrant. I was not considering this ginormous plant, which is a ton of stitching, but I love it because what he or she did is they basically brought in like these beautiful colors, like the blue and the pink and the orange, and made these great big flowers in this pot, kind of highlighting, all the rest of these colors that are in the piece. And it's just stunning. I love it so much. So the plan is to continue on with this because I want to get it finished before I start my plans for my next whip. So I'm just going to keep going until it's done. You can see here I have this little dog with the basket left and this motif here. And then just the border. But the border does have these flowers, which I absolutely love, in these beautiful colors. So there's a bit of stitching left here in this border, but I think the next time I visit you in a couple of weeks, it'll be done. I'm also toying with the idea because I was watching, who was I watching? I can't remember now. Anyway, I was watching someone who was dedicating their sampler to family member, and I thought, what a beautiful way to personalize this and make this like a maternal sampler. So I would put my great-grandmothers and my grandmother and mother on this, their initials, like work them into the piece. I just think that would be so beautiful. So I think that's what I'm going to do with it. You'll see next time I bring it back. Loving that piece. So pretty. Okay, and then the last piece that I worked on was my monthly stitch along. So I decided to do these Flip It stamps by Lizzie Kate. And I had a giggle about this in my last video because I thought, these are very small patterns. I will have no problem getting these done. You know, no big, it'll be super quick. They don't take forever, but this stitching down here is obviously full coverage down here. So there's quite a bit of stitching, several hundred stitches in there to get that complete. But I'm glad I'm doing it. My plan for it is, I found this, this stand at, I think it was Joann Fabrics, and it's got this little clip and it says choose happy. I thought that was so sweet. And I'm just gonna rotate them out every month. I'm gonna make, you know, obviously finish this off and rotate them out. Now, what gave me this idea is I actually have November done. And I showed this in my last video. So I stitched this November piece. I was drawn to this one because of these colors. Like, look how brilliant these feathers are. And each of the patterns has 3 buttons that Lizzie Kate just strategically puts into the design to look like something in the design, which is really fun to see each month how she does that. But I finished this when I went to Wilderness State Park with my sister Melissa and her family. And I was working on this on the beach. And so, yeah, so I'm a bit ahead in November. So the plan is I'll stitch all of the months. When I come to November, I'll take that month to finish this and then be able to see how they're gonna look all finished on the board. So that's the plan. So let me show you where I was last time. And I have a finish. So excited. I posted this on my Instagram as well. Isn't he adorable? And the 3 buttons in this piece are little snowflakes coming down, which I don't know how you can ever look at a snowman and not smile. Like, they're just one of the happiest little things in the world. I absolutely love this. I loved the colors in this. This color was Emerald from Weeks Dye Works, and I think the blue in there was Twilight, and this was Sky on the outside. The use of color, so beautiful. I had so much fun doing this. So I've done it. I've completed January. So let's talk February, plans for February. So move this over here. Obviously, I'm going to continue on with the Flip It series. So this month, it's so sweet. It's obviously Valentine themed for February. The buttons are little flowers, the center of little flowers on that heart, which is just adorable. And they are tiny lavender buttons, and they come attached just like this with a little blob of glue. So sweet. So I'm going to get started on this. I had a couple flosses I had to order, which are on their way, and then I'll get started. I'm really looking forward to this. I do really enjoy the feeling of a finish, right? Even though, I mean, like, there's some significant stitching in this guy, but the feeling of the finish and have something I can display, just like my Valentine display out in the living room, I think is going to be a lot of fun. So this is part of my plans in February. Once I finish the pink Sparrow sampler, the next WIP that I'm going to work on is Love Lives Here by Country Cottage Needleworks. Obviously, because it's Valentine's. I saw Amanda from the Alba Stitcher Flosstube channel stitching this, fell in love. Pinks, reds, Valentine's, hearts, birdies in love. I love it all. So I am really looking forward to finishing this one. So let me show you where I'm at now. And then when I come back in a couple weeks, you can see what progress I've made. First, I have to finish Pink Sparrow Sampler. So I'm being very ambitious, saying when I come back in 3 weeks, Pink Sparrow Sampler's done, and I'm moving right along in the world to this one. So here, got some kitty hair on there. Here's where I'm at on this one. And I mentioned the fabric I'm stitching this on in my last video. I believe it was 32 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. But if you are interested in this, let me know and I'll confirm that for sure. Or you can see it in my last video. So like I said, little hearts on the border. Just this pink color. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Let me pull these flosses out. Those colors are just to die for. Okay, so that pink is Shrimp Cocktail. Isn't that a beautiful color? Oh, I love it so much. And then Ribbon Red. So not many flosses go into this one, but it's just a beautiful little palette of them. I don't know if you can see them all. I like to keep them in these floss away bags. That way fur and dog slobber, the random liquids flying through the house, do not get on them. I've been known to spill drinks. Yeah, so that is my plan for February if I can get Pink Sparrow Sampler done. And then I will also continue to work on my stocking and my Mill Hill Santa. Now, this next section is haul. I don't have a ton of haul, but one of them is going to be a new start in February because I just couldn't resist. Primrose Cottage Stitches, I'm sure you've seen this all over Instagram, has released a new design called Valentine's Day Quaker. I immediately saw this and immediately went to purchase. It's absolutely adorable. I love the color of that floss. It's just so sweet. And I'm just such a sucker for Valentine pillows. I don't know what my deal is. So on this model, this one is stitched on 32 count blush. So I don't have that fabric, but I'm tending toward like a very light, maybe not white, but a very, very light because I want that color to pop. And here is, I bought a couple skeins of Ripe Melon by Classic Colorworks. I had never seen this color and I lost my mind. Lost my mind over that pink. It is just so beautiful. See if you can get a better view. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Again, I'm like, oh, it's not very big. I can have that. We'll see. We'll see, but I'm going to love every single stitch that I put in it. It's a stitch count of 80 by 80. So, look at this little tree with the bow and these two little birdies in love. What's with all the birdies in love? I'm here for that. Here for that nature encounter. Here for it. Okay. And then the rest I've got to show you is haul. It includes one that I want to start in March. So for every whip I'm finishing, I'm adding another one, and that's okay by me. I found this one on eBay. I couldn't find the pattern anywhere but eBay, but when I came across it, I loved it so much. This is, I think this is from 2000. Let me take it out of the package so I can tell you what year. I want to say maybe 2004 or 5. Let's see. This is, it doesn't say that I can see right offhand, but I'm almost positive it was like 2004, I want to say. And this is Summer House by Blackbird Designs, Loose Feathers, pattern number 14. That's the design. I'm a house builder. I love stitching houses. I find them very rhythmic and methodical. I think that tulip on the roof is just gorgeous. All those soft colored letters around it, the hearts over the door. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to purchase this. So I started ordering some threads for this. I'm hoping I can start this in March. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And then some more haul. This is another stocking that I purchased on eBay. This one is from 1997. Village Scene Stocking. It's so funny how these used to come in. I mean, most of you people probably already know that. How they used to come in like a bag. And I got this stocking to stitch for Matt. So Must Be St. Nick will be my stocking. And this one will be for Matt. I feel like I could walk right down that street. It's so realistic. So like three-dimensional. It's incredible. I absolutely love this. I love all the detail, the little people on the street walking around. Look at the little, what is this, a cat or a dog? It's a little dog. Even people in the windows here, like popping out of the window. I love this. So probably in 2036, if I'm blessed to be here that long, that's what I'll be stitching for Matt for his stocking. Okay, and then last piece of haul, I saw this, and again, you know, my mom has a snowman obsession. I remember when we were young, still living at home, it started, I think, with the Snow Den. I don't know if you guys remember Snow Den. He was a snowman that got released every year by Target. And like he had a different outfit. And then she got a Snow Den shirt. And then it just went on from there. And she's got so many snowman decorations in her house. And she rocks them all year. Not the Snow Dens, but like in pictures and stuff on the walls. And it's just so happy and warm and cozy and joyful. Thank you, Mom, for rocking the snowman. So I saw this one, and I'm a sucker for dimensions lately. I had to get it. This is 2005 dimensions, Snow Family Christmas. How sweet is that? I love it so much. That little snow baby on the sled and the little snow doggy. It's just adorable. And the little birdhouses. I love this so much. So I don't know if I'm going to do that border. I love the border. I really do like the border. I think it's beautiful, but it is dense stitching, right? Like it's full coverage in the, well, not full coverage because this is wide open here, but you see what I mean. It's a lot of stitching in the border. So I might do a middle start, stitch the middle, and then see what I think. I might do that. I think it's so pretty. I don't know if I'll start this one this year. Probably shouldn't, but yeah. Okay, so that's all the stitching. Let's do our happy card and wrap it up. So I should have told you, it's Friday night here, and looking forward to Matt coming home from work, and we're going to get cozy and watch Lost, and I'm going to stitch until I can't see anymore. Okay, so this one is number 21. So I think there's 30 cards in this thing. We're at 21. I am happy. I take control of my happiness. When my happiness depends on others' actions, I am at the mercy of things I cannot control. Instead, I choose to cultivate consistent happiness by focusing on the things I love about myself. I am happy. You know, me and my sister Megan were just talking about that. Just having self-love and warmth for yourself. I know all of you have that inner dialogue, you know, that we all have. That's not always very nice. And so we've been making more of an effort to just always think of kind things and self-love. And I truly believe in this. I truly believe that all these things that happen that you can't control, it's how you react to them. And you can choose to find the silver lining, even in some very tough situations. And you can choose to try and be happy and embrace it. And so that's what I encourage all of you wonderful people to do, is to embrace life and find the happiness and do the things that make you happy. So until we meet again, I'll be back in 3 weeks. And we'll see if I finish Pink Sparrow Sampler. But until we meet again, I hope you are cozy and enjoying your stitching and getting a lot of X's and O's in that go along with Valentine's Day. So until we meet again, love you guys. Bye.